Hey, so I am doing a reading on Celeste Rivas. I'm probably not saying that correctly. She is the unfortunate, I've got a cat on my lap. She is unfortunately the young lady, 14 or 15, not even a lady. She's a child that was found dismembered in an entertainer, a singer's name David. He spells it D4vd. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know much about him other than some basics that he's an Aries. I don't know when Celeste's birthday was exactly, other than she is, I believe, to be 14, maybe 15 years old, and went missing last year. Now, I'm curious, when did this vehicle register to him? Did it get ever any report of it being stolen? Um, I wonder what the information is. So I'm going to use my crime deck because clearly she didn't do this to herself. And there's a lot of young ladies that are vulnerable. I say young ladies, but I do mean also minors, that people that are in that age for those to take advantage of them, especially due to their lack of experience of the world, people that want to control them. Lots of men like that. And also, it doesn't exclude entertainers. So I don't know what his guilt may or may not be. So I'm just going to keep it open and use this deck and just ask if he has a connection to this. Is he guilty of this? Is he responsible? It was his vehicle. And if it wasn't reported stolen, it's not looking well for him. I have to look a little more and see if his vehicle was ever reported stolen. That would be the only out for him, really, in my opinion. Otherwise, this looks very guilty. So she had been there quite a while. She had been there for over a year. So is he guilty, this entertainer, of this minor's death? Did he do this and cover it up and think he was okay to go on tour? Is that part of who he is? And this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. I'm not sure. I'm just going to try and use the cards and see what I get. So, you know, this is entertainment, not fact, unless it proves to be fact. So, did he have anything to do with this? Is he linked to this? I'm getting knight. There's a fighting knight. This looks like a boxer, though, but it's got the word like a night, not the evening. Weapon involved. Group. This makes me feel like this could have had more than one person involved in this. Information and facts. So I think we're going to get more information and facts that this could link back to more than one person and that a weapon could have been involved. I'm not sure what the symbology of the knight is unless they are referencing it in the way that society would view it as a knight, someone that's like a lover. Knight in shining armor. Body moved. Wow. Body moved. Definitely moved it with the vehicle and other things. Message of concern. Social media. Mountain. Passing through. That makes me feel like someone driving and abandoning that car. Maybe in I have to look again. No, it was in a impound lot, wasn't it? Or didn't they recover it? Maybe it was recovered somewhere, and then the smell in the impound made people, I'm not sure, question what was in the trunk. Hmm. I'm getting mobile phone, maybe checking on his records. And there's something hidden in connection to him. That doesn't look good. Hiding something. Wrong way. Going about something the wrong way. Could have made a mistake that's going to show up. That would be something more typical that of him, distinctly maybe. Wrong way. Okay, we get creek. That might be the proverbial creek up the creek without a paddle. And we get grief, sadness. I'm sure for her family that have been looking for her and friends. Here we have the Emperor. I don't know if she has a living father. This could also be authorities. Could also represent maybe even David. I'm not sure. Let me just see what card comes with it. We get the Moon card. There's and a no. There's a father here that I don't think, or a male figure could even be an uncle, but an older male, probably been married, because the emperor is usually a married, has been married, had children, is usually a little older individual. And I'm seeing this person either covering something up, or they sense that something is a cover up and don't believe it. Okay. Weighted down. Secret tunnels. I just feel like this story has been suppressed purposefully. The whole reason that I've read that why people um, disarticulate bodies is to slow down them being identified. So the secret tunnels and the weighted down might be the secret is weighing the individual down, weighing him down, because the question that I'm asking is he involved? And I'm kind of getting a yeah. There's things that he's got secret that are going to come out. There's a lot of information, I feel like, that is yet to be retrieved. And I did read that they went through his things, his property, I believe. So they might glean something from that. I'm not sure. I'll continue with the reading. And her name, by the way, was Celeste uh, Riva, I think, or was it Rivas? Let me just double check on that while I'm talking to you. I think we can do that very quickly. It's not Riviera. It's like Rivas. Oh, and how weird. Okay, I'm just picking this next bit of news up from the uh, Hindustan Hindustan Times that the romantic homicide, which was a release he did, was on her actual birthday, debunking viral claim. Okay, so there's a viral claim, and it says that it is false. It dropped on September 7th on her alleged birthday. In fact, it was released July 20th, uh, 2022. Her birth date right now is still not known. Okay, well, I was able to do that. Um, and bring that factoid up. So he is an Aries. And I'm going to use another deck too, because this one, okay, they're stalking. And deals made. Was she bothering, quote unquote, him at some point? Did he find her bothersome? I'm not sure. A deal was made. Empress comes in again. This could be the mother. And truth. So I see the truth is going to come out. And I think connected through the mother, the energy of the mother. And in another reading I just did, which I had to stop and redo because I felt like I needed some context. Um, I do get a sense that there was maybe a worry or concern about pregnancy or having a child. Um, and if there's any validity to that, there might be a motive there. Some significant energy around the Empress card of the card of motherhood uh, and pregnancy, abundance. And I keep getting that card. In the other reading, I got it as well. And we do get the card of truth here. So I keep receiving cards that say we are going to get to the truth in this case. Controlled, a woman being, a female being controlled by a male. Now, whether or not that's David, I don't know, but I'm asking if he was involved, and this is what's coming up. And we get controlled, and we get female energy. I think that's her, Celeste. Beautiful name. And she was a very pretty girl. Out of the area. She was from a small town there in, I think, California. Let me just see if I can show a picture here. All right. Let me show a picture. Oh, I don't have the image file there, but let me get it this way. I do have it. Where I want to share the screen. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now you can see what a beautiful young lady. I say lady, but she was maybe 14 or 15, not even 17 or 18. And that's him. That's David. So, what else are we getting? So we got out of the area, female energy, and that could be her, indicating her as a runaway. Terror. And the other words there are panic, abusive violence, So she was in an abusive situation after she ran away with a controlling male. We do get mental illness. You'd have to be to do what was done to her and how she was left. And it doesn't mean that in your typical way. I mean, you have to be disturbed. Doesn't mean like I, I just think there's something wrong with his mind for sure. And more than the average person's problems mentally. Okay. Holding back facts. Okay. It's not looking great for him. I think it's indicating he has some personal issues here and he could be holding back facts. There's a copycat crime. Well, there's another crime of another female, but they say that they're not connected. It could just be that it's just without even knowing about this crime, that somebody else did the same thing at the close to the same timeline with another female. They probably aren't linked though. And I did read the article and I tend to think not, but I think that's what that's referring to. Okay. This person responsible, it's a masculine card they are really into being masculine, overly masculine. That tells me right there that they are not comfortable with it. Maybe this narcissistic trait. They felt they had the right to do this to her. There's something not right with the way that they think. It's cruel. Eyewitness. Possible eyewitness. Interviewed statement. So they'll be interviewed. Missing child. She was missing child. And child she was. She was only maybe between the ages of 13, maybe now 15 at this point, but she went missing a year ago. So that's definitely a child, not a proper teenager. We're getting partner in crime. So my sense is that someone assisted the man responsible, who I think could be him, in doing this. There could be even a female energy, quite possibly with the cards back. And we get bridge. I don't know if they had to go over a bridge or if this is some symbolicism. Let's just see. Tower card, destruction. It's going to lead to their destruction. That's just what came into my mind, my inner ear. So I think other people involved in this, particularly maybe a female, this is going to unravel. The truth will come out. We've got other cards here that tap right on to the story at hand of her being a missing child. DNA, even though she's been there a while, maybe they will be able to collect the DNA from that crime scene with the car, maybe with any kind of DNA that they might take from places, the David's place. We get tree, and I feel like this branches out. This links. This story has more to it going on than we're going to be aware of. That it will pick up information and really uh, branch out. Especially when it's involved in keeping things quiet about her, and I think her being controlled, not allowed, isolated. Things that we weren't aware of come to light with the tree branching out. That tree's got a lot of green leaves, and look how healthy. It's like, oh, I got a lot of information. There's a lot here that is perhaps not people aren't aware of at this time. Um, Accident and held up. That sounds like an excuse or excuses that may have been considered. Rage and battles. Somebody has a problem with rage. And if they don't feel like they're being respected or, like a typical narcissist would, if you don't do what they want, they can switch up on a minute and lash out. Attack. Okay. He attacked out of rage. I'm sorry. I think it's probably true that he has a connection to this. There's like a hidden side I don't think that people know about. And if it isn't him, then it's got to be somebody that's close to him. But I tend to think it's probably him. Hit and run. So he attacks and then he leaves or abandons her in that vehicle. Vanished without a trace. Tries to leave it like I never heard her. I don't know who that is. It's claiming like it's too convenient. She was too vulnerable. Unsolved mystery. What happened to her? Who is she? Well, we're starting to get the answers, and it's paired with tied up. Now, this could be that they will find actual, possibly ligature marks of some kind still, despite the condition which she was found, which is quite decomposed. It could also just mean that the mystery has been tied up from being resolved because they don't know what happened to her. Now they have her. Now some answers may come, and they definitely are going to come. And I think it will lead to the truth. My family. I wonder if this is Celeste. And end of a situation. Maybe this is why she left. There was something she couldn't continue with regarding family and protection. I think she wanted protection, to feel protected. Case closed, solved. I think, just like I said, the answers are going to come. I think her spirit is guiding this. I really do. And I don't just think her spirit, I think like guides on the other side. I know that might sound bananas to some people, but let me tell you, my life has been bananas from childhood and living in a home that was haunted and other stuff that even I wouldn't believe. I'm a skeptic, even though I experience these things, because I know some people do this for negative reasons, but this thing, the whole vibes on this, not good. I think, unfortunately, it would be a surprise if he wasn't. I don't like saying that. Closer look at suspect. They are going to really put him under scrutiny, especially the timeline that she was missing. Then there's going to be shift changes as a result of looking more closely at the suspect. They really, I think, will get something with the dragonfly. You know how dragonflies just kind of take off and they're light and, you know, I just feel like once they start digging in, they're going to start reaching pay dirt, so to speak, the, the gold. um, Lies will be discovered with him. And we're getting another reference. Oh, wow. It's very close to her last name, River, as Rivas. I wonder, does her name mean that in If not, it could just be one of those interesting synchronicities. Let me just take a look, because you guys know, feel free to go ahead and jump in and put it in the uh, comments below if that has a connection to the word river. Let me see. Origin. It's a Spanish. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, Rivas is Spanish origin and means riverbank or shore. Ooh, that's kind of creepy. Her name literally comes up. She's bringing this in. I feel her energy. Oh, child. Lies about her. Him lying about her. Those two go together. I find two cards clarify each other, usually. Okay. Blood. Maybe they could find that kind of evidence that would connect in that man's residence or other things. And I get hangman. I feel like that's guilt. The hangman can also be like a delay. Maybe there could be a delay in finding blood evidence that would link him. I get stranger and I get meetup. She may not have known. Train tracks. More than one involved. I just think that that could be like a link of movement of a group of people. And I'm not quite sure how that fits in, but I'll just let the information come out. I also get lay to rest on the bottom of the deck. This is a really large deck. I don't think I need to continue too much, but I think we've pretty much got it there. Leader of the pack. Somebody that's quite, also look at this leader. He's very hip, he's stylish. Deep water. My hand. Team. Well, that could refer to people that take care of problems and clean up after him. Yes. And this is going to come out that people may have altered things and it's not going to look good for him. Very suspicious. Poison. So this is something toxic. And celebration. I'm wondering, was there partying going on? Is someone getting too intoxicated, going into a rage? Other people being around for it? Maybe. But keeping this behind closed doors, not saying anything. She also, God, am I just doing that? I was just thinking, she also had the word, from what I read, shh, on her index finger. Possible DNA contamination. Again, back to the missing person, her child. We have possible checked out on medication. Again, the feeling of people indulging in things and something going wrong. Spotlight. Well, he's in the spotlight. Fire, passion, anger, rage, activity, destruction of evidence. And look at that. There's the police authority. I think he's going to have hidden stuff to try and cover up. They may find it. Okay, then we get that special rock spider that is a certain PDF file, if you know what I mean, because she was underage. My choice. And ticking clock deadlines. I think his lifetime's going to change very quickly as the clock is going to tick away the minutes of freedom he probably has. I'm serious. Shed, stealth movements, taken, help, kidnapping. Maybe he held her against her will because again, this is some is narcissistic. There's evidence. Maybe they will find evidence of someone holding her um, against her will. Death endings. No, that's definitely so. There's information there too. I think not only in her death, but in how it was done, the environment, what is found and analyzed around that. Because you can get so much and get timing. Maybe they'll be able to tell whether or not she may have been pregnant or not. I don't know. Maybe not. But violence, there was a violent attack. There's someone is being corrupt and has a criminal past. Could have somebody involved could have a criminal past, and there is more than one involved. I think he had help. Justice will be served. I really do believe that in her case. Something left behind, maybe something in the vehicle, maybe something even in the home, something found. There's going to be evidence, and here's the motive coming. Wonder what card we'll get with that. School, education, learning. Didn't want to. Maybe she wanted to go and get some kind of education. I don't know. But at the bottom line is control. When you defy someone that is controlling you, oh my gosh, you're in danger. I live near you. Young child. That's her. Someone that may have lived near her, a neighbor. As a child, maybe they played with her. Maybe they have something that maybe the motive could connect to education. I don't know about that, but there's something there, and motive will always be about control at the end of the day. I live near you, young child. Was she pregnant? Like inside you too? That's another way to look at that. Unaware. Link connection. He might not be aware of certain links or connections that he couldn't cover or hide. Trafficking drugs. Don't know about that, but and rumors. Maybe there's a rumor connected to that. Secrets will be exposed and convicted guilty. So I think he will be, according to these cards anyway, this reading, I think he will be found guilty and be convicted. I will leave it there. This has a lot to do with sexuality, victims, healing, I think, for her on the other side. Jail time, so that makes sense with him being convicted and guilty and buried. And I think she'll get a proper burial. I'll leave that there. If you appreciate readings like this, please do give me a thumbs up and help my algorithm share. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much.